Okay, we just haven't met this guy yet. Oh, hello again. Hi, Mousy. Mousy, we have a message for you from Prince Juan himself. He wants to know if the birds have flown south for the winter, whatever that means. Oh, yes, the birds have migrated successfully. But if Prince Juan told you that, then that must mean he trusts you. He must want you to take these. Go on, take them. These are used train ticket stubs. Looks like two people took a railway trip to Vienna. What exactly is the point of this, Mousy? Prince Juan said they would help with the trial. See the names! Gaudier Signe, Nicole Signe. Recognize surname, but I don't know who these people are. Neither do I, really. Prince Juan just told me to book train tickets for these people and then make sure they caught the train. And so that's what I did. Strange. Not sure exactly how these stubs are supposed to help with the trial, but I'll keep hold of them just in case. Let's go, Sparrowson. Done playing courier. Good call! And that took a whole day. And here we go, it's time for court. Again, Falcon Spares find themselves waiting outside the doors of the Tribunal de Grande Instance. Feeling nervous, Falcon? Yeah, never found out who the chocolate was bought by. Of course, what we learned about Prince Juan? What we know about the real murderer? Nothing. Easy there, Falcon. We can do this. Senor Falcon, I trust everything is in order. Absolutely. I have every intention of bringing the truth to light in this trial. Such confidence. That's magnificent to see. I bring the truth to light, you said, an admirable goal. No more jousting on imaginary giants. All of you, cease your yammering. The door's opening. Here we go, Buenos. What does, Senor Falcon? We will. Are we ready? We're ready. Jay. Severin. Nervous? Why would I be nervous? I'm not nervous. I'm as calm as a cuckoo. You're the nervous one. The whole courtroom is nervous. Whoa, cool your feathers, Falcon. Terrible. You can't even maintain a stoic facade. I thought this trial would be the perfect opportunity for you to redeem your previous embarrassments. But this is how you act before the trial has even started. Why, you pompous tail posture perfect. Order. Let's all settle down. Court is now in session. Psst, Falcon. What is it? Is it me or his primary judge look hairier today? That's a different judge to the one who recited over Dame Caroline's trial, you doofus. Oh! Still, it's a little strange, isn't it? Not really. There are a dozen judges, Paris alone. It only makes sense that we see different ones in different cases. Excuse me, Your Honor. I was under pressure Judge Maxime would be presiding over this case. Where is he? Judge Maxime has gone on temporary sick leave due to a terrible accident with a flight of stairs. But rest assured, assessors, prosecutor, defense, and members of the jury that are more qualified to fill his shoes. Without further ado, let's get the show underway. This is the trial of Prince Juan Clarito, who stands accused of murdering Major Hal and of conspiring to murder the king himself. Roll call! Defense is present and ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. Good, very good. I expect this to be a nice, speedy trial. I don't want to see this dragged out by technicalities and bureaucracy. Well said, Your Honor. I expect that once the court sees the overwhelming evidence, this trial will be over in 5 minutes. 5 minutes? It's just messing with your head, Falcone. Keep it together. So we're on the same page? Excellent. Prosecutor, please call your first witness to the stand. Very well. I call a police officer and investigated the crime scene. I call upon Inspector Just Valerti. Step up to the stand, Inspector, and recite the oath. I swear to speak without hatred and without fear, to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Please recite your name and occupation for the court record. My name is Inspector Just Valerti. I'm a servant to the law, scourge of the gutter rat. How will do, Inspector? We've all heard your monologue before. Oh, Cocorico's really is going for a speed record, isn't he? Now, can you tell us what you witnessed on the morning of the 7th of January? Of course. At 10 o'clock in the morning, I was called to Lovery's Grand Gallery by one of the King's Royal Guards. Did he just say o'clock? There I saw Prince Juan, King Louis Philippe, the corpse of Major Howell with a rose in hand, around 24 citizens. The citizens and the king himself all attest to seeing Major Howell taking the rose from Prince Juan's hand, promptly dropping dead. And what did the morgue uncover upon an examination of the corpse? The coroner determined with absolute certainty that Major Howell died of poisoning. Aside from a prick upon the finger, there is no sign of external harm to Major Howell's body. Therefore, the poisoned rose must have been the cause of death. Putting the pieces together, that does seem very implicative of the prince. I have no further questions. Damn, I was hoping the coroner's report would determine that the guy died from a freak heart attack or something. That would make for a particularly speedy trial, wouldn't it? But no, we aren't so lucky. Something else must be amiss the old bird's testimony. Right, I'll tear it apart. Your Honor, I wish to cross-examine the witness. Falcone, was it? Don't waste the court's time. A high-ranking police officer would never lie on the witness stand. I wouldn't accuse the inspector of lying. Just want to make sure that every base is properly covered. This sounds like pointless nitpicking to me, but I'll allow it for now. Go on, Falcone. Do your cross-examination. Great. So, let's see here. We have no reason to question 10 o'clock. Major Howe with a rose in hand. Around 24 citizens. Great. 6 is a half dozen. I was questioning, like, wait, is 2 dozen 12? Over 24, but yeah, 6 is a half dozen. Major Hal died of poisoning. Had no other bodily harm. So, yeah. Wait, did they not test the rose to see if it was the same type of poison? Oh, wait. If Three Musketeers is modern, then this is probably before, like, they could tell something like that. So I'm guessing this These tickets were to get the flower seller safely, get the flower seller to safety before the real crook is exposed. Oh boy. So what I'm thinking... that since there's no bodily harm, then yeah, this chocolate was definitely poisoned. And I'm pretty sure they said the poison was wolfsbane, but that wasn't added to evidence. Inspector, you say coroner determined with certainty the Major Hal was killed by poison. Correct. He stated the signs and symptoms were textbook. There is no possibility his death was natural. The coroner mentioned specifically what kind of poison it was? He was not certain. First, the coroner posited that it was a plant-borne poison like that of the aconite flower. When he learned how fast poison takes effect, you know that this was atypical of aconite. Consequently, he suggested it may have been some newly engineered concoction. A newly engineered poison, you say? Well, that only reaffirms that this was a very deliberate assassination attempt. Indeed! Alright. How exactly was Major Hal poisoned? What was the delivery mechanism? Finger was pricked by a poison rose. He even commented out loud about it seconds before dying. All 22 citizens who witnessed murder were testing, seeing, and hearing this. Possibility is poisoned by something else? What absurd thing to ask, JJ. You just heard 22 people saw the victim prick his finger and die. What are you suggesting? Prick finger had no relation to poisoning? That's exactly what I'm saying. I don't doubt that Major Hal was poisoned, but I do doubt the rose was the cause. Unbelievable. Only a total buffoon could fail to draw the blatant link here. JJ, as tempting as it is to sit here and lecture you on the basics of cause and effect, I'll end the discussion painlessly. Inspector, please tell the defense that you found traces of poison on the thorns of the rose itself. That should alleviate all doubt that the rose was, in fact, the poison delivery mechanism. Actually, I can't tell him that. I tried to ask, but why not? We didn't check the rose for traces of poison. It just seemed obvious that the rose caused the poisoning, given the timing of the incident. Well then, now would be a good time to make a test. Here's a marvelous thought. We prick the finger of the defendant with the rose. If there's no poison on the rose, the Prince Mahan lives and he's free to go. This is just a witch trial. If the rose is poisoned, then the prince dies, but that's okay because punishment would be just as fitting of the crime. A marvelous suggestion. What is this, a witch trial? This isn't America, Severin. That's not how we do things here. Calm your feathers, JJ. It was clearly a joke. There are far more humane ways of testing for poison. I'm sure the inspector will perform his duty with due diligence. Actually, we won't be able to test for rose poison. Oh, why is that? Given the dangerous nature of the flower, it was destroyed by the police force. He burned it to ashes. Such unprofessionalism. We have no way to know whether Rose was poisoned. This whole trial ought to be called into question. Nice try, JJ, but through the process of reasoning by elimination, we still deduce with absolute certainty that the Rose was poisoned. In other words, there was nothing else at the crime scene that would have caused the poisoning. Wrong. There was something else at the crime scene that could have contained the poison. Something investigative police blindly overlooked. Look at this. What am I supposed to be looking at? Is the paper wrapper to a piece of chocolate. It was found in the Louvre, the Salé du Tibre to be precise. We can date its consumption to the day of the incident. You're not suggesting that Major Howe ate a piece of poisoned chocolate moments before he died? I most certainly am. Intriguing, pretty convinced. Get a little favor with the jury. Did you see this wrapper at the crime scene for yourself, Inspector? Police Ford does not have the time nor resources to try every piece of trash at every crime scene, I'm afraid. In other words, you overlooked it. Astounding unprofessionalism. Prosecution is right to be disgusted. What disgraceful display, Inspector. I offer my apologies, Your Honor. I don't want your apologies. I want you to do your damn job properly. Get off the witness podium before I kick you off myself. As you wish. I'll take my leave. Till next time, messieurs. So let me get this straight. This chocolate wrapper was found at the crime scene, correct? You have reason to believe it was consumed on the day of the incident? I do. I have an expert food tasting witness who is willing to testify if need be. You have a foodie witness? I won't call anyone like that. What on earth are you talking about, Falco? Oh, I see. But you know for certain that Major Howe consumed this chocolate? Well, that is a fact we are still investigating. I see. And do you have evidence that this chocolate was in fact poisoned? Again, that's something that may require a little more time to definitively prove. So then, in actuality, you do not have evidence Major Howe consumed some poisoned chocolate. That you have a solitary piece of rubbish that you plucked straight out of the gutter. That's weak even for you, JJ. Let's move things along. I have another witness I would like to summon. He's a man who claims to have had an excellent view of the people going in and out of the Louvre at the time of the incident. Come on, Monsieur, to Sud Kingley. Could the witness please approach the stand and recite the oath? I'm guessing he's a kingfisher. Hello! Alright, the oath. I swear to speak without hatred and without fear, tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Please state your full name and occupation for the court record. My name is Toussaint Kingley. I am a person who fishes. A person who fishes, so you are a fisherman. Oh, is that how it is? I thought the French justice was better than this. I beg your pardon? Here comes Toussaint Kingley, the kingfisher. Clearly, he must be a fisherman because didn't you hear? All kingfishers are fishermen. Well, you are carrying a fishing rod. And can a man not carry a fishing rod, reel, and bait without being branded a fisherman? Look, the prosecutor's carrying a riding crop. Clearly, he must be a horse jockey. Oh, for pity's sake. Fine, we can list your occupation as person who fishes and not fisherman. Thank you! Actually, why do you carry a riding crop, Severin? I've never seen you ride a horse. I don't know, JJ. Why do you, a 30-something-year-old with no health problems, carry a cane? This is veering quite far off the course. Could the prosecutor please get back to his questions? Of course, Your Honor. Monsieur Kingley, is it true that you were nearby the Louvre at the time of the incident? Yes, I was saying about a railing of the Pont des Arts. Here it is. It's this bridge. The Pont des Arts? That's the new bridge that's just a stone's throw from the Louvre's south entrance, correct? That's right! And what were you doing at the time of the incident? I was fishing! Pfft, kingfishers, am I right, Falcon? So you had plenty of opportunities to see the people who entered and exited the palace. You tell us who you saw. Well, the Louvre is a busy place. Naturally, I saw a lot of people. At 9 a.m., I saw King Louis Philippe himself enter the building. He was surrounded by his entourage, of course. Then around 9:30 a.m., I saw this shifty-looking fox lurking around the entrance. Your Honor, I subject to the witness's use of the term shifty-looking. It's a vague and biased description. No, really, he looks super shifty. I saw him rubbing his paws and cackling gleefully. Then I saw him take out a rose and carefully rub the stem. Rub the stem of a rose, you say? As if you were applying something to the flower, perhaps. I'm not sure. I really shouldn't speculate. Of course, it was wrong of me to ask such a leading question. But yeah, it definitely looked like it was putting some sort of powder on the stem. Wow, even I wasn't expecting such a bold admission. Members of the court, sounds like what we hear is a direct witnessing of the defendant readying the murder weapon. The defense claims that the rose was never poisoned, and yet here we have a man who saw the poison with his own eyes. I smell perjury. You do? No question. You saw a shifty-looking criminal raining poison and cackling near the scene of the crime? That's not believable at all. I think you might be right. Wonder if I have any evidence that calls Toussaint's story into doubt. Your Honor, I would like to cross-examine the witness. Really? This nonsense again? You just heard the witness directly describe your client raining poison on a rose. What is there a question? I'm just trying to uncover the truth, Your Honor. Ah, fine, do your thing. Go on, Falcon. Make a fool out of yourself. So what I'm thinking is we use this page to prove that he was at the garden. Cat, why? Why do you like this? I need to see the screen. Why are you like this? Okay. Monsieur King, you saw a shifty-looking fox? Yep. Super mega shifty. There must be at least 100 foxes in Paris. How do you know the fox you saw was Prince Juan? Well, he was wearing a suave hat that would hang low over his eyes. I hear that's how they wear them in Spain. Not much of a fashion expert, but the rest of his outfit looked quite out of place for the French winter. So you're going by his fashion sense? Oh, I nearly forgot. I heard him call a passerby Senor. I thought that was peculiar. Well, that's him, alright. The other question is, all foxes are shifty looking. I can't view the map from here. Powder, King's entourage. I'm trying to question the location, right? Okay, they say there's saying around with Pont des Arts on the morning of the incident. Yep! Monsieur King, you had a good view of Louvre's south entrance, didn't you? Here we go. Yep, it's nowhere near the... So he's... mainly... I'm guessing he's mainly looking here. Yep, the Pont des Arts is a great vantage point for seeing the Grand Gallery's south side. What about the other entrances? The other entrances? You mean like if you enter two areas from the guards or place they do carousel? Now I could possibly see those areas from the bridge. But of course, that isn't relevant. Once you're keenly with this Prince Juan entering the south entrance with flower in hand. That's what counts. What if Prince Juan didn't enter from the south entrance? What if he approached the Love Ray from... to Larry's Gardens to the west? That's a big what if. Do you have any evidence that Prince Juan entered the Love Ray from Larry's Gardens? As a matter of fact, yes, I do. I have definitive proof that the Prince Juan approached from the west, not the south. Hey, I know what I saw, Monsieur! I'm doubtful too. Go on, JJ. Show us this definitive proof that Prince Juan entered from the Love Ray from to Larry's Gardens. Look at this. A book page. Page 44, Don Quixote, specifically. It was found just outside the Love Ray's west entrance. This proves nothing. I'm not done yet. Take a look at this. Don Quixote. This is the book Prince Juan has been reading in jail since his arrest. I believe he has had it on his person for some time. And yes, page 44 is missing. That was the first thing I checked. You realize what this means, don't you, Severin? The defendant was present to Larry's Gardens prior to entering the Love Ray. This also means that, in all likelihood, the defendant entered the Love Ray from the west entrance, not the south. He could not possibly have been seen by Monsieur Kingsley from the Pont des Arts. What? I know what I saw, Monsieur! A fine theory, Falcon, but maybe the defendant took the long way around. One can still travel from Tuileries to the Love Ray's south entrance by walking along the river. Extra 2 kilometers of walking just to enjoy the premier scenery. Let's not say silly things, Cocorico. Okay, maybe the defendant deliberately left the page there to mislead the investigation. Now you're the one who's blindly speculating. It's not blind speculation, it's a viable hypothesis. You are fond of logic, aren't you, Cocorico? Let's talk about Occam's razor. When torn between two seemingly equal hypotheses, we must side with the one that imposes the fewest assumptions. Off. Which of these theories takes fewer assumptions? 1. The page from Prince Juan's book fell on his way to the Love Ray's south entrance. 2. Prince Juan deliberately planted the page on the off chance that it would be discovered, then he took the long way around. How dare you! The nerve of you to lecture me on such basic philosophical concepts! I'll stop lecturing you when you stop making such basic mistakes. Monsieur Falcon, please calm yourself. What's the point of all this yammering? The ultimate point is that Toussaint's testimony is fabricated, made up, utter fiction. No! Everything I've said is the truth! I suspect the witness isn't even a fisherman. I'm not a fisherman! See, he admits it himself. That's not what I meant! More favor with the jury. Prosecutor, you have something that will put this arrogant Falcon in his place, don't you? I must concede. You concede? On this point, at least, Falcon's evidence strongly suggests that the key component of Monsieur Kingsley's testimony is false. Ah, no! This doesn't mean that Prince Juan is innocent, of course. All Falcon has demonstrated this particular witness is unreliable. But I did see something, I really did! Alright, so maybe I didn't exactly see a shifty-looking fox. I made that part of the story up. I did see a swan lurking around the south entrance on the morning of the murder. A swan? Do shut up, witness. Your word is mud at this point. How can we possibly trust anything you have to say? Your Honor, Judge Romulus, we're out of time. We're 10 minutes overdue to start on the Hare v. Torres trial. It's that late already. Curses. I was hoping we could have the case wrapped up in a single trial session. It's a shame, but ultimately, an accurate sentencing is always preferable to a speedy sentencing. Yes, alright. I don't need to hear your moralizing. Court will resume this Friday, the 21st of January at 9 o'clock. Don't be late. Prosecutor, do your damn job. Get this stupid fox a conviction already. I will do my best to ensure justice is served, Your Honor. What came up that trial, huh? Yeah, no doubt about that. Something's bothering me. Why would that fisherman guy, Monsieur Keenly, lie on the witness stand? Well, it's possible he was coerced or bribed. That's just what I was thinking. Maybe the real murderer threatened the fisherman to make up a story about Prince Juan. Let's keep an open mind. Anything is possible at this stage. But to be perfectly honest, something else bothering me about the trial. Judge Romulus, he's acting without a shred of professionalism. He's obviously more interested in securing a guilty verdict than he is in discovering the truth. But why? Maybe he has a vendetta against Spanish royalty. I'm not so sure. Must be something else at work here. Excuse me, excuse me, Monsieur Falcone. Sorry to bother you, but, this letter just arrived. I think it's for you. A letter for me? Wonder why it wasn't sent to my office. Have you been demoted to courier status, Rupert? Oh, hush, hush, Sparrowson. I don't need to be, pitied by a first-year dropout. Ooh, good comeback. What does the letter say, Falcone? It's a threat. A threat made with cut-out newspaper letters. Whoa, I didn't know those things actually existed. Let me see. Falcone, stop your investigation or there will be consequences. Scary. There's no question this letter originated from Major Howe's murderer. He or she must be aware that we're getting close to uncovering the truth. Sounds about right. Why would a person write with cut-out newspaper letters like this? Masking one's handwriting would be the most common reason. Although I can't help but wonder why they would bother since we don't have any handwriting samples to compare it to. We're still going ahead with our investigation though, right? Oh yes, absolutely. A lawyer would return every time they received a threatening letter. They would never get any work done. Besides, with only 3 days before next trial session, can't afford to be worrying about petty things like this. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Wow, you're right. Make those days count.